Bishop Kukah on the run for getting U.S. government involved in Sokoto crisis. See reactions. See, they don't need to be going after these prophets or bishop. They don't need it. Because the bishop is actually doing what his profession calls for. And besides, this thing is happening in his own community, in his own state, with states where his parish resides. And the information still reached us that Bishop Kukah's parish house, is almost set ablaze. Same goes to the parish where he is serving as a priest. You understand? So, my dear listeners, it is very unfair to be going after this priest. Let's check the content, my dear listeners. This is Evening News. The Nigerian government attributed to the delayed delivery of 12 Super Tucano jet fighters for the Nigerian Air Force to fight insecurity across the country to comment by those it described as the opponents of the Nigerian government, including the Catholic Bishop of Diocese of Sokoto, Matthew Kukah. The presidency revealed that the reason given for the delay, poor interreligious relations between Christianity and Islam in the country, were compounded by constant lobbying of U.S. Congress by the government opponents, including Kukah. These were contained in a statement signed on Sunday by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Gabashew, titled "Predicting Nigeria's Collapse is a Perennial Pursuit of UK think tanks and policy experts." It also said that the United States policy and support to Nigeria have been so inconsistent over the years, especially as regards the provision of military equipment to fight the decade-long insecurity in the Sahel region. The presidency also berated the U.S. policy experts and think tanks for their perennial attempts at predicting the country's collapse, which it said does not paint a true picture of a country that has enjoyed 23 years of steady democracy, 29 years since it last coup. The statement partly reads, "It is a pity, therefore, that U.S. policy and support towards our country, including during the Buhari administration, has been so inconsistent." In 2015, the then newly elected Buhari government requested U.S. military support in the form of Super Tucano jet fighters for the Nigerian Air Force. The Nigerian Military Security and Intelligence Service reportedly made this request. The U.S. administration of the time concurred. The delivery of such jets would help deliver a critical turning point in Nigeria's struggle against jihadists, Boko people across the Sahel. Yet 2 years later, that jet delivery was rescinded. The reasons given that unless Nigeria improves its religious relations between Christianity and Islam, then U.S. support will not be forthcoming in this and many other areas. Such views were compounded by the constant lobbying of U.S. Congress by the opponents of the Nigerian government, who had lost the previous election, and many of their southern religious supporters, including Bishop Matthew Kukah, the Catholic Bishop of Diocese of Sokoto, who, unsurprisingly, provides a supportive quote for the dust cover of the new edition of Campbell's book. Kukah even took to addressing the U.S. Congress himself, briefing his audience on the history of coups in Nigeria without, of course, mentioning that none had occurred since 1993, some 29 years ago. they should not drag Bishop Kukah into this. They should not. Buhari made a demand and a request. He made a demand and a request. And U.S. government discovered that Buhari's request for these Tucano fighter jets is not complete. Why did they say it's not complete? They said that Buhari made a request without making them to know the real reason why he is demanding for this. Do you know that Nigeria now is tagged as number 3 in terrorism in the whole world? They're number 1 in Africa. Now, for America to give such a machine to a country like Nigeria, they need to get a tangible and visible information before such can be released to a country like Nigeria. Do you know if they want to use it to start killing the Christians or killing the Muslims, or start using it to be causing unnecessary crisis? Do you know? Do you know what they want to use it for? So, I tell you that the US have their reason for not making it out for sale. And it is very much welcomed. 100%. 100%. So I don't know. I don't know what some other persons were actually thinking. But the truth of the matter is that they refused giving it out because the trust was not there. The Nigerian government didn't make the demand transparent. You understand? They didn't make it transparent. They were just too secretive. So that was why that very equipment was denied. So now they are now bringing it into this very issue that has happened in Sokoto, saying that supposing they have such machine, that this wouldn't have happened, that they would have used it to on those criminals. Can see. Please, my dear listeners, let's face something that is very much important. Let me hear you speak. Please to know what your take and your opinion on this very broadcast may be. Don't forget your comments still are very, very, very important. Don't forget to leave them below the comment box. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell buttons to get updated each time we upload any new videos. Thank you.